Hey Zach, what's going on, man? I wanted to shoot you a screencast because this is something that I always do for people, and it's a step that I skipped for you. So I wanted to go back and do it for you, just so you can have this for reference. I know you're already going to know about a lot of the stuff I talk about here because we talked about it already when I did your proposal, but I still just wanted to go back, do this the right way and start off, by doing a screencast so that I can bring that value to you, like I always try to do with business owners. So, basically, what I want to talk to you about is kind of do like a little mini audit of your site, kind of show you what's going on with searches in your area. And then, like I said, do kind of a little audit of your site so that I can give you some tips on how to get more of that traffic on your site. So, with that in mind, this is a tool of mine that I use called Ahrefs. I think I've showed it to you before when we were looking at different keywords. But I did a few searches here for the areas that you work in. As you can see, these are all words related to roofing in Frisco. And then this tab over here is Little Elm, and then this last one is Allen, which I know you were kind of on the fence on. But I want to show you these just kind of to give you an idea of the volume that the volume of searches that there are. So obviously Frisco here has the biggest volume. There's a lot of words with multiple hundreds of searches per month. And when I say volume, I'm talking about specifically searches per month. So if you go down, we're looking at these all have to do with people who would be looking to buy services from you in Frisco, right? As you can see, the competition for these ones, some of them's pretty high, 20. That's pretty tough competition. But like I've talked to you about before, what you would want to do is shoot for these low-hanging fruits, like this one right here with the low difficulty, and still has a volume of 150. So it would be awesome to shoot for a couple of these keywords, like maybe this one that has a volume of 200. This one definitely that has a volume of 1, and then some of these slightly less searched ones down here that also have lower difficulty. So that's the volume that's going on in Frisco. There's quite a bit. Little Elm's got a lot less volume, but still, between all these words here, it gets searched at least 420 times a month. And as you can see, the competition here is virtually non-existent, right? So this would be an awesome place for you to go after in terms of grabbing this traffic and bringing it to your site, because nobody's really optimizing their page for these keywords. All right, so third and final area. Again, I know you were a little on the fence about Allen, but these ones are pretty good in terms of competition too. They're pretty open. There's not a lot of people optimizing their site for these words either. And there's 400 searches for all these keywords. So, just doing some quick math here, we have 400 searches over here, 420 searches over here. And then over here there's 3,500, but we know right off the bat we're not going to chase after ones like these that are going to cost a lot of money for that much search volume when there's ones over here like these. So let's say maybe another 600 that we would target from here. That'd be let's see, 600 plus 400 plus 400, we'd be looking at about 1,400 searches a month. On average, we know 10 to 40% of those click your site when you're on the front page. So let's say just 20% right now, because we'll just assume that you're not in the first place for every word, which is going to bring you down to about 280 visitors on your site per month. And let's assume only 5 of those give you a call. So let's see, that's about 15 leads a month that you'd be getting from these. So I just wanted to break down that volume for you and then give you a few quick tips on how you can optimize your website to make that happen. So the first thing I wanted to show you is content on your page. We've talked about this before. When I say content, I'm talking about optimizing your text content right here so that it reflects these keywords on these pages, right? Because if you have these keywords on your page and somebody searching for those keywords, it makes it a lot easier for Google to put 2 and 2 together and say, hey, this site wants to be in front of this person who's searching for roofing Frisco, Texas, right? Just to give you an example, if we do a roofing Frisco, Texas search, As you probably know from the conversations we've had, Town and Country's got the top spot in terms of roofing companies. I'm ignoring Yelp, Gaff, and BBB because they're not roofing companies. I know we've talked about this too. It's not ideal that these are in the first spot, but a lot of times people will just glaze right over those and find an actual company anyway. So ideally, these guys would want to be in place one, but this is still a good place to be. They're still on the front page. They're still in front of people. So what I wanted to show you on their site is these guys have those keywords everywhere. Roofing Contractors Frisco, Texas. Roofing Contractors Frisco. Roofing Contractors Frisco again. Again, they hit that keyword like 4 times right here, 5 times. And then they hit some other ones down here. Roofing company in Frisco, Frisco Roofing Company, roofing contractor in Frisco, Texas, again. So you can see these guys are really doing that with the content, and that's something that you would want to do with your page because it gets you on the right searches to be listed when people search for those. The second tip, and I've talked to you about this too, but this has to do with something called backlinks. A backlink is just anytime your site is referenced on the internet, whenever there's a link going back to your website on another page. So as we've already taken a look at, this is you right now, getting some more backlinks would be super high priority for you in terms of ranking your site. Town and Country, just for an example, these guys have crazy amounts. Again, like I've talked about, the way we would go out and beat this would be by getting those good quality backlinks, specifically those private server ones that I've mentioned that allow us to target specific keywords. And even though there's no way we would get 20,000 backlinks anytime soon, we'd still be able to beat them out for certain keywords that we wanted for you, because we could target those keywords more efficiently than they are. So tip number 2 is definitely getting more backlinks. And then tip number 3, which I know you're already very cognizant of, has to do with this right here. This is the map pack. I know you're already paying for optimization there, so I know this is important. But the one thing I always like to bring up here is the ranking system works a little differently up here in the map pack than it does down here. Town and Country is the top company in both. They just happen to be, but that's not always the case. Because there's several other factors at play here when it comes to who ranks in the top 3. And one of those, and the last tip that I always give, is citations. Something called a citation, a business citation, is very important when it comes to ranking you up here. So what a citation is just somewhere where your business name, phone number, and address are listed together on the internet. So that would be somewhere like being listed in BBB or Yellow Pages. And so that's my final tip. Get more citations, and you will see that your business profile will appear a lot more highly here in these listings. A good way you can do that is to go find the citations these guys have and get your business cited wherever they're cited. We call that the copycat method, and it's something that we do really commonly in SEO to kind of make sure that we're up with the competition and then above them by a little bit. So those are kind of the 3 things I always go over. Are content on your site, backlinks, and then citations. And I just wanted to do my due diligence and get this information over to you too, even though you and I have already spoken at great lengths. So just wanted to get this video over your way, and hopefully it's helpful to you. And that's all I got for you, Zach. Hope you're having a good night.